Good morning, boys and girls. How's everyone doing today? I thought I would do a kindergarten lesson, and so I'm going to share my screen with you this morning and take you to a few different places that you'll need to go to access your lessons. So I think we'll start with our school website, and it's the same one that we visit when you're in school. The home page is right here, and you'll see the picture of our school. We used to go to the computer link down here, but now we're staying up here at the top, and we're going to the Remote Learning tab. Look for the R and then jump 1, 2 to Student Daily Activities. That's where you will visit. And in this page, boys and girls, you will see lots of things. You'll see lessons for preschoolers, kindergartners, first graders, second graders, and then of course the specials over here. And then if you scroll down and if you visit with Mrs. Fitzpatrick or Mrs. Boshin, they have links down here to their Google Classrooms, and down a little bit further is a direct link into Tumblebooks. So if you feel like listening to a story or having someone read a story to you, that's a great resource for you to go to. So I'm going to go back up to the page, and I'm going to take you into next week's lessons, boys and girls. So this page isn't entirely set up yet because it's for next week. But next week, when you go, you will see this page, and you will go to your computer link, which is right here. There's one for art, computers, music, phys ed, and science. So I'm going to take you to the computer link, and because you're kindergartners, you will be over here on this left corner, and we're going to go to a website called ABC Storymaker today. So you would click on the picture or on the link. Remember, a link is anything that's underlined, and when your mouse turns to a hand, it means it's a link. So it's going to link you to this website. You're going to press the play button, and I can hear background music. I don't know if you guys can, but I'm going to shut it off. Okay, so the first thing it's going to ask you to do is type in your name. So this is very good practice, boys and girls. Hopefully you've been practicing your keyboarding with 2 hands. So hopefully you can tap out using both of your hands your first name. So you're going to click your mouse first. If I start tapping the keyboard right now, nothing's happening. I have to click so that Blinky shows up, and I'm going to type in my name, Mrs. Sullivan. And then I'm going to press enter with my mouse. And up here, boys and girls, it shows you you're on page 1. And this is a drawing page. So we're going to draw something, and then we're going to see if we can write something about it, like a little sentence about what we made. So today, it's kind of an exploring day. We're gonna use this program a couple of times and really start to get used to all of the things that it can do. But for right now, I just want you to explore with these drawing tools and see what they do. So the first drawing tool is a paintbrush. Notice that when I click the paintbrush, all the other tools go away. And it gives me these little dots. And that is to make your paintbrush thicker or thinner. So if I go to the first dot and I drag my mouse to make a line, you can see it's kind of thin. But if I go to one of the dots in the middle and I drag, look at that, it's getting thicker. And of course, the very biggest circle, what do you think that's going to do? You guessed it, it's the thickest line of all. So play around with those a little bit, just make some swirls and see what happens. You can also change your colors. This is called a palette. You might know that from Miss Egan. But these are the colors choices that you have. So I'm kind of a big fan of orange, so I'm going to go with the orange and just kind of make some shapes. Look at that. I'm coloring in a circle. Maybe I'll go to a thinner paintbrush. So it's like having a whole bunch of paintbrushes, I almost said toothbrushes, paintbrushes in your toolbox down here, and all you have to do is click to make them come out. And then this button, boys and girls, is very important. This is like your takeaway button, your undo button. So if I start clicking and I keep clicking, look what's happening. It erases my whole page, so I have a nice clean page. So after you play with the paintbrush, use your back arrow. Try the next paintbrush. This one's called a watercolor wash. So same thing, when I click it, I have a thin, I have a medium, lots of mediums actually, and then a thicker. Now I'm still on that orange color that I chose earlier, boys and girls, but you'll notice that it's washed out. Watch, I'm going to take the blue one now. See how it's a much lighter blue? It's when you mix paint with water, they call it a wash, and it's like a lighter color of the color that you chose. That's good for backgrounds, I think. So again, there's your undo button. I'm going to take those all away. I'm going to go back with my back arrow to try my next tool, which is a paint roller. So again, all it is a roller. It's got one size. I pick a color and I roll. And it makes rolling waves or roads or whatever you feel like making. Next one is a spray can. This one will give you different shapes to spray. So if you want a circle, there it is. If you want a star, there it is. The longer you hold down your mouse when you click, the darker the object will be. So I just barely tapped it. Now I'm going to hold it. See how much darker it is? There's snowflakes. I think we're all done with snowflakes. There's flowers. That's what we need. We need some spring flowers. And again, if you hold it down, they get darker. And there's also some leaves. So you can play around with the stamps. Again, when you're done, use your undo button. Click, click, click. And it'll all go away. And use your back arrow to go back and choose another tool. The paint bucket is pretty simple, boys and girls. It splashes paint into your background and makes your page a different color. So now my page is gray. Now my page is, oh, I thought it was going to change it to purple. I guess you don't have to do one color at a time, and then you have to undo it. There we go. Let's try purple. Oh, guess it doesn't like purple. All right, let's try this one more time. I'm going to get purple. I'm going to undo the gray. See if I can splash purple. No. Oh my. Apparently we have a little glitch. Let's try another color. Let's see. Undo the gray first. No. Oh, boys and girls, I don't know what's happening with the background color. I guess we'll stay away from that one because that one's not really working very well today. Those are glitches. That happens sometimes. So I'm going to go back, skip that paint bucket. This, I think you all probably recognize. That's your eraser. So you can't really use the eraser unless you have something there. So let's put something. Let's go to the pattern brush. The pattern brush is really fun. You can make a rainbow. You can make a road. You can make train tracks. You can make footprints. You can make dog prints. My dog Sally would like that. You can make bricks. Or you can make water. So now let's go back to that eraser. So what I'm doing, boys and girls, is I'm clicking and I'm holding my click down to erase. The problem with the eraser is if you kind of try to erase one thing, you could also get involved in something else that you didn't want to erase. So just be careful. I think the undo button is better, to be completely honest with you, because it just takes it all away. Shut off that background noise again. All righty, so that is your eraser. Okay, next we have the stamper. And the pattern stamps kind of works like the rainbow brush. You can pattern stamp out some hands. They turn different colors on their own. You can do some balloons. You can do some money. You can stamp out some money and then count up your coins and see how many you have. You can stamp out some bubbles. Jelly beans. I love jelly beans. What's this one? Oh, stars. And then this one's kind of a bunch of different flowers. And if you drag your mouse around, it will just make a whole bunch. So you can play around with the stamper as well. So what I want you to do after you get done playing around a little bit, boys and girls, is pick something to make. Now you can use the stamps if you want and make a flower garden, or make a birthday party with balloons, or make a candy bag with jelly beans in it, whatever you want. I'm going to make, I think, I'm going to put some balloons up here. I think I'll make a little birthday party. Okay, so there's my balloons. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to get my paintbrush and I'm going to kind of make it medium. And I'm going to see if I can make myself a birthday cake. So I'm going to make a circle. And what I'm doing right now, boys and girls, is I'm just holding the mouse down and I'm kind of dragging it to make that circle. And now I'm going to come down like this. And I have a cake. Sort of. All right, now let's think about a birthday cake. First, I think we want to put some icing on the cake, right? So let's see. I like to put some strawberry, some pink. So I'll put some swirly icing on my cake. And maybe I want to paint in here too because I like frosting. So I'm gonna put a lot of frosting on this cake. And all I'm doing again is I'm holding that mouse down. I'm just kind of dragging it back and forth. Ooh, doesn't that look good? It looks like drippy icing. Making me hungry. All right, now I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna see if I can color in here with that paint bucket that we were having such trouble with. I'm gonna go to a color first. So I kind of like chocolate cake, so I'm gonna go with a brown. Let's see if I can, oh, there we go, it worked that time. So I guess it's just a little glitchy. So now I have a nice chocolate cake. Maybe I can make my line brown too. No, I guess not. All right, so now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get my paintbrush again, and I'm gonna make it a little bit thinner this time. And I'm gonna get my favorite color, orange, and I'm gonna make some candles on my cake. I gotta be careful if I'm gonna light my candles that I don't burn my balloons. So if you're 5, put 5 candles on your cake. If you're 6, put 6 candles on your cake. And even if it's not your birthday, I would love to know how old you are. And you could tell me by your picture. All right, so I'm gonna go over here now. I'm gonna light my candles. Of course, because they're make-believe candles, I can do it. You know you're not supposed to light real candles. All right, there we go. There is my birthday cake and my fancy balloons. And you can decorate your background with other things besides balloons, but I kind of like that. I think I'm going to leave it like that. So now I'm going to try writing my story. So right above this little area down here, boys and girls, where you see the brushes, there's a little pop-up arrow. And when you click it, it pops up. And you're going to now move from the drawing, which is what we're on now, to where it says A. What do you think you're going to do there? You're going to type your story. So the first thing it says is choose a title. So you can write my birthday. And there's my name already because I did that at the beginning. So that's my title page. Actually, I made a little oops there. There we go. So boys and girls, if you make an oops, you just take your mouse. Like I had made an oops over here and I had, for some reason, an uppercase I. So when Blinky's at the end, if I move my mouse over here, I backspace it and then I can make my I. So now it says my birthday. And that's all I want you to type for this week, boys and girls. It's just a title for your picture, okay? And then when you go down here to this little pop-up again, you press the last one and you can see not only your title and your name, but your beautiful picture in the middle, okay? So I would love to see these, boys and girls. You can snap a picture of them for me, or you can actually save them and send it to me. If you want to save it, boys and girls, and this might be a little bit tricky for you, you might need a grown up to help you, but up here in this corner, there's 3 lines. If you click that, there's a button that says new. That means if you want to start something new, and you certainly can do this a few times if you want to. A button that says save, a button that says print, and then a help button. So if you want to save it, you hit the save button. See how it says saving? And it's saving my picture, and it put it right in the corner of my laptop, and it's called a PDF. That means I can't make any changes to it. It's just kind of taking a picture of what I created. But that might be an easier way for your parents to send me your work so that I can see it. So this week, again, boys and girls, we're just going to do a title and a picture. If you want to use my idea of doing a birthday, that's fine. If you want to draw your pet and you want to say, you know, my dog or my cat. If you want to draw your house and you want to call it my house. So you're going to type in your name first, use all those fancy tools to draw a picture, play with the tools first, boys and girls, like I showed you, and then make your beautiful picture, and then give it a title. Okay, so use your 2 typing hands to practice giving it a title, okay? And if you want to, boys and girls, when you're giving it a title, you can also do your title all uppercase letters too. So let me show you that. Back to this. I'm going to backspace this out. When you hit the backspace button on the keyboard, look what it does. It erases everything. So if you want to try practicing using your shift key, we just started doing that a little tiny bit at school before we left. And I had stickers on your shift key, which I don't think you'll have at home. So you can just do the whole thing in uppercase letters if you want, just to make it easier for you. That's fine if you don't want to practice your shifting yet. That's a little tricky. We get into that a lot in first grade. We kind of just look for the shift key in kindergarten. So if you can find it, what you do is you hold it down with one finger and you tap the letter you need with the other finger. So you would need 2 hands for that. Okay, boys and girls. So that's your lesson for next week. Well, actually, when you see this, it will be for this week. And I hope you have fun playing around with all the beautiful drawing tools that you have here. Don't forget to press your arrow and choose lots of different ones to show me a picture. And then when you're ready, back and type in your title, what you made, and your name. Okay? All right, well, have fun, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.